A lot of protests that are garnering a lot of enthusiasm online in Iran, and I'm enthusiastic as well, especially considering that Iran was a place that was one of the more westernized places in the Middle East and just got conquered by Islam. And now all of a sudden it feels like millions of Iranians are back on offense. There's lots of demonstrations that are very massive. And I went on a deep dive yesterday, and I was hoping that what I would see was that I would see some level of organized resistance. And I feel like this could be the protest where finally the Iranian regime goes down, the Ayatollahs go down. And I'm not necessarily seeing that yet from what I can glean. We're on it, we're watching it, monitoring it at Breitbart News. But basically what it seems like this came from the currency collapsing in value. And because of that, there was a big backlash from the public because their money's not worth anything. And that causes people to get animated, to start protesting, start being more demonstrative. And they also see that perhaps a lot of the rhetoric coming out of Washington from Trump's administration is that Trump could have their back if potentially the Ayatollahs overreact and any innocent people get killed. Trump is giving a lot of tough rhetoric. But I was trying to see if there's some sort of an organization. And out here in Los Angeles, there are a lot of protests, I guess, waving the flag of the Shah, like we're going to go back to the Shah, which is sort of monarchical. Seems kind of far-fetched. But there are two leaders of the protest. Neither of them are in the country, and neither of them are really sort of our speed in terms of American politics. One of them is a socialist Marxist, and the other one is just sort of a Nepo baby that's relegated to I think a relatively small faction of people. All of this to say, I'm not seeing some sort of an organized movement against the Ayatollah that makes me feel like that this is going to be the one where we're finally going to see Iran become free from this Islamic supremacist regime that leads it now. But the America First position, from my vantage point, is to keep an eye on America's interests. And that's what Donald Trump is doing. And I think that him threatening Iran is probably positive. But remember, with Trump, you should never take him literally. You take him seriously, but you should never take him literally. And here is what we are hearing from Trump over the weekend. Let's play cut 5, guys.
Seem to be some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed. These are violent, if you call them leaders, I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence. But we're looking at it very seriously. The military is looking at it, and we're looking at some very strong options.
So I like he's saying that. I like how he's saying we're looking at strong options. There was a story leaked to the Daily Mail that Trump is looking at regime change in Iran, but I never take that literally. Always take that as some sort of a game that Trump's playing, and Trump is very effective at playing these games. He's very effective at getting people around the world to do what he wants, and this is so. Just look at it in terms of anything you're hearing leaked out. It's probably some sort of a manipulation. I love to see all the protests. They're beautiful to watch. I encourage everyone to keep going. But those of you who are saying, is this one different? I don't know if I'm seeing it. I'm not seeing that organization. And I love Trump's rhetoric. I love the tough talk, but I don't honestly think he's thinking about regime change because I don't know who takes over. And that's something that Trump probably doesn't want to mess with because new wars halfway around the globe are not going to be popular unless it's really, really tight and clean.